If you live or work in Birmingham, you've probably noticed the enormous silver and gold box which has been taking shape on Centenary Square over the past 3 years. Well, it's the new multi-million-pound Library of Birmingham, and when it opens next Tuesday, it'll be the largest public library in Europe.
Well, it's caused some controversy, but the City Council says it's a major piece in the jigsaw of Birmingham's redevelopment. And as the final touches are being made ahead of next week's opening, our correspondent Gareth Owen has been getting a special preview of what the building has to offer.
The circles are already famous. Some love them, others not so much. The people in the know have been telling us the inside is even more striking than the outside. Tonight, finally, we'll get to see for ourselves. Libraries never used to look like this. An enormous rotunda soaring up through the centre of the building. Thousands of books clinging to the walls. Study areas next to enormous windows in the shadow of those circles.
And how about this for a reading room? Instead of a dingy corner somewhere, a secret garden on the roof, 9 stories up in the air, with a view out across Birmingham.
There are areas you'd expect in a library. The children's section already has its first users. And then there are parts which you really wouldn't expect.
This library even spills out onto Centenary Square. This is an amphitheatre sunken into the square. The idea is it will host musical performances for people down here in the library and for passers-by.
Most of the building will be open for anyone to wander in and explore. The only exception, the golden box in the middle, home to some of the city's priceless archives. Another piece of history sits in pride of place right at the top of the building, in the golden turret.
This is the Shakespeare Memorial Room, a little piece of the Victorian Library, built in 1882 when the old building was demolished to make way for the new Central Library in the 70s. This was dismantled and stored. Now it's been rebuilt piece by piece right on the rooftop overlooking the city.
The building is the work of Dutch architect Francine Huben. But what would she say to those who are hoping for something rather more traditional?
What is traditional? I think it's traditional because it's made with beautiful craftsmanship. You can see it's very well made. And you need in this building a lot of daylight. And please, I would like to invite everybody to come in, especially on a beautiful day, because the way the circles make the beautiful shadows inside, and it's really giving you a kind of new panorama on Birmingham.
The project has come in on time and under budget. Even so, it's cost £188 million. And is that really a price worth paying in times of austerity?
Libraries are not a bad barometer of the health of a society. Birmingham needs to be proud of itself. It needs to have a real sense of place, and we need to encourage quality of life. Life is much more than staying alive, and the library can give people enjoyment and inspiration.
Whatever your view, Birmingham now has another building to get people talking. And, hopefully, get people reading too. Gareth Owen, ITV News, the Library of Birmingham.
Mixed opinions on that, but that is fantastic, isn't it? Don't you think?
I really liked it, I have to say.
Yeah, if you can't find me tomorrow just out of interest, I'll be on the roof reading, giving it away.
Yes, yeah, I can imagine that. Well, there is lots more on Birmingham's new library and the rest of the day's news on the website. Just go to itv.com/central for more on the City Council parking plans that have been criticised by an elders forum as discriminatory.
Now you're watching ITV.